We're back in the saddle, kids. Oh, it's cute. It's like, I don't know what to do. I've had so many nights like without my wife around. It's like I'm just like the kid zone, man. It's been great. Like, love it. So there's this little thing called a recession creeping around the corner. Maybe it's already here. I think it's going to rapidly correct itself when they turn on the spigots. But I don't want to get too political there. But I think there's going to be some issues there. Anyway.
Whew, right over it. Skate right over.
Let's dodge that bullet because I don't care about politics. But anyway, I care about guitars. And I care about, guitars. I have a lot of guitars that I want to get. I love it. It's fun. And I know it takes a little time to get them sometimes.
Yes. And money.
We talk a lot about the Fender Custom Shop, the Gibson Custom Shop, PRS, and these like fancy ones that are in that sort of higher tier that's going to take a longer time to get. I think now might be the right time to do it.
Bud Baxter, that's crazy talk.
It is crazy. I know. It's like, and like when we were like sort of working out this idea, it's like, it's tricky, because like, well, if the economy is going to crash, why would I do that? Well, I think it's sort of a faux pause down. I think we are going to have some. We're going to have some issues. There's going to be a dip, as we're seeing with production right now. It's catching back up. Mid-tier stuff is already sort of accumulating a bit, like sort of, and they get ready to start shipping a bunch of that out to all of us dealers. But the high-tier handcrafted pieces are taking the same amount of time. They can't speed that up.
True.
I think you're going to have this little boom pop back up, hopefully, once gas prices resume to some sense of normalcy. Ugh. Don't accept this as the new normal. Don't do it.
No.
It doesn't need to be. It's absurd.
Yeah.
And I want to get a battery car one day. I think it'd be really super cool. I don't have a garage. That's the only problem. But I could probably charge.
Sure.
I can run out my window.
I just want to see
it. Do it. We're in the South. We're redneck.
An orange drop cord running out your window to the street.
Apartment.
People are like walking under it on the sidewalk. Yeah.
I want a Tesla. I can't get a Tesla right. They're expensive too. I thought they were cheaper than they are.
No, they're not.
Anyway, I just thought they were. In my mind, I was like, $30K. Like you could maybe. Oh Lord, they don't start at 30,000.
No, sir.
They used to.
That's like a Tesla skateboard.
Like those little mono wheels that people go skating on. I'm like, man, that looks awesome. I would die. I would be dead.
Yeah, no.
But they look so much fun. No, we think there's going to be that dip, the bump up. We're not economics experts. Don't
plan your future on us like this. If this is a
do
or die, life or death,
no. Or you do. Might as well. Why not? We're all going to die anyway. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It doesn't last long. It's all just a little game of craps.
There is that.
Have a little run with it. Odds are you won't be here by the next video. But what? No, the odds are you will be because you're hoping to live past 2 videos. Probably 2 days.
Most likely.
Okay, most likely you're not going to die in 2 days. Anyway, so this other thing called price increases.
Yes.
They're not stopping.
No.
And something I've noticed from the years in this business is once a price increase happens, they don't retract them ever.
That's the floor. Yeah, I mean, things aren't going
That's the new floor.
No.
We have another video coming out on that pretty soon too. We've talked a lot about price increases lately because there's been a lot of price increases. But
sadly,
it's a weird thing. Also the investment aspect of this. Not like you're investing to save money, but if you do one of these orders, you're most likely going to put down a deposit wherever you're buying this said guitar from, or drum set, whatever it may be, and you're not going to have to pay for it until the guitar is complete, unless you're doing some weird payment plan. But your money is not gone; it's still here. You still have your money, and you're not paying any interest.
Right.
You're not having to pay, and there's no like VIC that you're having to like hit. You buy it when you want it, when it's ready. And like a lot of these shops too, what's so great about it, like us. Like if your guitar gets ready before you're ready to pay for it, we'll hold on to it. Johnny and Bax have no problem playing with your guitar for the month that it's here.
I mean,
no problem at all.
That is true.
There's
some truth in that.
If any of my friend Robert's guitars come in, I'm not going to tell him for a little bit. He's just not going to know. He's just like, oh, when are those guitars coming? I don't have no idea. I got this gig on Saturday. I'll tell you after the gig. It's important I have this gig. I don't do that, but it'd be fun to do that. It's an interesting time we're in right now. It's I would love to get into economics a bit further, but I guess that's not our forte. Then we get this sort of the economists that aren't really economists either, try to like argue with us. We had this one comment when they were laughing about, you really don't know what you're talking about with like stocks or something. I'm like, I know a little bit. Just been around it my whole life. And my cousins are stockbrokers. My wife was. father.
Your father, yeah. That makes
You know, he wasn't at first.
everyone you're surrounded with. Yeah.
I know, so I know a little bit.
You were in the Wall Street Journal.
I was, and that still drives my dad nuts. Never was. His whole career spent that. Well, after he was a forklift driver, you can do anything in this country. That's what's so cool. God, that was my favorite job he had, though. I thought he was the coolest. A forklift is bad to the bone.
It's true.
Like if you're driving a forklift and that's your job, like, and you're like, oh, I want to do something else. Just remember, your kid thinks you're the coolest bastard on the planet.
It's true.
Man, woman, child, or donkey, whatever you are the coolest person. Because I will never forget that time. God, I think it was in Chicago in the warehouse. Like just being the forklift thing, like my dad is the king of the universe. I didn't know he was making a lot more money when he was behind the desk, like typing and talking to people and selling stocks and bonds or whatever. But the forklift's cooler.
This is vaguely related. You've seen the guy who his name's Leap something. He's the fingerstyle guitar player. He's a forklift driver, but he makes these amazing videos like of acoustic guitar, like instrumentals.
What's his channel?
It's just his name, like Leap Batar or something like that.
Okay, cool.
I think he's Indonesian, but he's amazing, and he's like, I just want to make these videos and drive my forklift. I could be wrong. I'm sure that's
kind of like how I feel about Ohms in Hawaii.
Yeah,
I mean, like. He's like the most beautiful Hawaiian mystery man. Like, check out Ohms' Instagram channel if you haven't. It's awesome.
Is it Guitars at the Beach now?
What's it called?
It's like Guitars at the Beach or Guitars on the Beach.
Yeah, look up any of that stuff.
Yeah.
He's awesome. You'll never see his face because he's that pretty. Once you see his face, you're like, oh, that's why you're not supposed to go to Hawaii, because you realize how ugly you are. And then you meet Ohms, and it's all over. And he has really fun videos, and he makes it look like no one's on the beach, which I know can't be true. Because Hawaii is really crowded.
He might have a little secluded.
No, I don't think so.
I think he has
magic.
It's magical. It is magic.
And what were you saying? Anything else about just forklift?
Yeah, just that guy. I'm pretty sure he's a forklift driver. He has like 1 million subscribers.
Good for him.
On his channel, and just hangs out and makes beautiful music.
That's awesome. That makes me smile.
And he has like a legion of loyal fans.
And he shreds too, right?
You'll really enjoy the way he plays.
I like weird playing.
Pull it up.
Open things. I will find happiness in this strange play. Right
you will.
So maybe it's not a terrible time. I think we're gonna be okay.
I think so.
This isn't 2008.
Thank goodness. That was rough.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like we were laughing too. It's like in some of these guitars, if you order, there's gonna be a new president most likely by the time you get your guitar. It's just weird to think that, or the same president. If that's a thing too, I guess he could still be president again, right?
He could.
Yeah. So I thought there was like an age limit. There's not. Is there? No. I mean, there is for high school, right? Like,
probably.
Can you go back to high school? If you haven't watched that movie with like Fat Amy from the Pitch Perfect movies, it's hilarious on Netflix.
Well, it just makes me think of Billy Madison.
God, I forgot about that. He went to that grade school, right?
he has to do the whole thing, remember?
Oh my Lord.
He has to go through everything. He's like,
I haven't seen that movie since it came out.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Is it still good?
I don't know.
Okay.
In my brain it is.
Why not?
But we should watch it again. See.
I don't think I'm going to. I'm still my Tom Cruise fix. I got to get through all that again. And The Expanse. I'm finishing The Expanse right now.
Yeah.
Final season.
I kind of paused that.
I did too, but the season 6 is the last season, I think, and there's only 6 episodes. Perfect. I've already watched 3.
Okay. All right.
So I got 3 to go, and I'm going to be done.
I'm with you.
Great show. If you haven't watched The Expanse, watch it. Phenomenal from start to end. I think I'm going to take the risk and keep going.
I mean, that's all we can do.
Guitars that I'm being intelligent about it. I'm not going to like the store and just like getting like every zany thing. I'm like picking out what I want, carefully. I'm cultivating my collection.
That's the way to do it anyways, right? I mean,
No, sometimes you just grab haphazard what you want. You see something pretty colored, want it. Flashy, sparkly, want it. That's part of the fun of going to Guitar Center, right?
That's true.
Like I almost got to go to Guitar Center the other day.
Did you?
I was there in Raleigh with my family, my kids, my wife. We went to the mall. We spent like hours at the mall. It's like it was like another 2 miles down the street. But it's like it's the other direction. The kids are exhausted. Let's just go home. I haven't been to Guitar Center in a minute.
I wonder what the people at Guitar Center would be like, oh, it's Baxter.
I don't think anybody would recognize me at all. That'd be okay.
They might.
I just
probably won't.
I just want to go in there and see some things.
Shred.
We did have a neat comment from a gentleman wrote in, he's a fan of the channel and he lives in England, and I just remember his notes. I got to respond to it myself. That he went to Peach Guitars with the intentions of buying a Silver Sky, but ended up, because of our stupid videos, checking out a custom shop, and he left with a custom shop. Makes me happy. Because if you're anywhere in England and you have a chance to go buy Peach, do yourself the service.
You should do it.
it's beyond spectacular. The team is class act all the way, and they're really kind of good looking.
They're all very good looking. It's very Hugh Grantish.
Yeah, and like Jack's just sort of, everybody hates Jack 'cause he's so pretty and good.
It's true. He shouldn't be that pretty and that good.
He's so posh.
I know.
I feel like John's got a bit more dirt to him. Jack's like, how did I get called posh? I'll never forget watching, like, I think it was the same year, like, I interviewed Paul Reed Smith.
Yeah.
I remember interviewing him one year at NAMM, and then Jack interviewed him, like, sort of the same day. Like, he was doing, like, a press junket with a bunch of us little YouTube things. And, like, he was not friendly with Jack. Like, I was laughing my tail off.
How could you not be friendly with
Jack? Jack is so, it wasn't like he was not, he was just, like, kind of, like, just not having any of it. He was in one of his moods, and I was like, man, like, if you can't be friendly with the guys from Peach, bro, I know you're like, come on. Just like, I don't know. We all have our days. It was just funny. I was cracking up watching it. He did an interview with James once.
I've seen it.
Oh my Lord. Dude, he was having none of us. It was a horror show. James came out sweating. He's like, never make me do that again. It was awesome. I've had a really couple good ones with him.
You guys had a really good one.
Like one or two.
I was there for one of the good ones.
Yeah, it's
off camera, but I was standing in the background.
Oh yeah,
watching.
you were. Yep, that's right. That was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
He wouldn't blow guitars up with me.
No, he would not. None of it.
I tried to convince him to blow up guitars with high-powered sniper rifles down here at Fort Bragg.
Fake PRSs.
Yeah, fake guitars. He's like, no, you could still use those guitars. I'm like, I know, but it'd be so much more funner to blow them up.
To blow them up.
With high-powered ammunition.
Yes.
High-caliber rifles.
Incendiary rounds.
Exploding
Bam! Yeah, that would be really fun.
That's what we do during recessions as well. Let us know your thoughts on your guitar acquisition strategy for the next few months here. I think I'm an optimist. I always am. I play very close to chest. I'm not like investing anything at the moment. I'm sort of watching the markets. They're crazy. I'm prepared to pounce because there's been lots of dips. Today was another huge dip so far. It's probably going to ride. If you're a day trader, this has got to be crazy fun for you right now.
I mean, I've got like $5s of dollars to throw into anything that comes up. 5.
You got zeros, man. You got a new truck.
New to me.
Yeah, it's not a new truck. It's new to John. It's definitely not new. It's like it's the same, like almost the same year as my old car that I drive. Like,
but it is pretty sweet.
I'm like a 2006 or 7. Mine. Yours is.
Mine's an 08.
Yeah, so mine's right in that same vintage.
Yes.
Great fine wines. Is that? I have a few more miles on mine. I'm close to 200K, I think. So but I love it. I still, even though the sunroof leaks, I just have to park like slope this way. If I park slope this way, the water comes in on the passenger side, like, and if it rains. But it's not. It's a minor inconvenience for the person sitting there.
I rolled the dice with mine yesterday because I went to the car wash.
Oh Lord!
And I was like, I don't know. I wonder if this sunroof leaks. We'll know in a minute. But it didn't. Everything was good.
Oh God, yeah. I think it's just. Yeah, it's just my car.
Living dangerous.
I know. Well, thank you again for watching. If you stuck around this long, click like, subscribe,
hit the bell,
all the joyous stuff, and we appreciate you tuning in with Casino Guitars. Have a beautiful day.
Yes. See you next time.